But António Félix da Costa, he was the last driver to win 3 races in a row back in 2020. And some 4 years later, he has done it for Tag Heuer Porsche here this afternoon. The double in Portland, a hat-trick of victories in his last 3 races. It is the top step of the podium for the Portuguese driver.
His main championship rival is out of the game today. He's in P4. You know, the guys in front aren't in the championship fight, and he looks like he's doing all he needs to do to keep extending his advantage. The one that's really impressed me today is Norman Nato. Yeah, he's having a phenomenal run, isn't he, Norman Nato, in this race? And you saw Jake Hughes there, Billy, just pulling out the slipstream down the start-finish straight.
I wonder whether that was just to manage those temperatures that we've spoken about. He just pulled out of the dirty air into some clean air just to get that fresh air through the car in order to cool it as much as possible going on to the final lap.
Is that to manage those temperatures the engineer who told him he was safe on?
He's obviously just very wanting to get that podium. He doesn't want anything to stand in the way of it.
Well, it's still very much up for grabs here between Da Costa and Hughes. Just one mistake could cost Da Costa victory here, and Hughes knows that. They're down to the last 1% remaining of energy, but unless Da Costa fluffs his lines, it's going to come the way. But there is a bit of lap traffic in front as well that could potentially come into the 4 here with Da Costa versus Hughes, so it's not over yet for victory as we head into the final sequence of corners. I think they're just going to be okay as Da Costa heads down into the braking zone of turn 10. Hughes sitting in second and Norman Nato in third. What a fantastic, commanding, controlled drive from António Félix da Costa. He comes around the final corner to take victory here in Shanghai. The rest of the field goes sweeping on through, and Nick Cassidy has thrown away the victory here in Portland.
This is what I was alluding to, the fact that Nick Cassidy was having to defend and he was having to look in his mirrors. He's more likely to make mistakes. If Mitch Evans gave him a bit of breathing room, the pressure would be less on. He's just made a huge critical mistake for the championship right there.
So it's now Mitch Evans that leads the race, but of course he's got a 5-second penalty to serve. I would not want to be in the debrief after this race for Nick Cassidy in the Jaguar TCS Racing camp, because that is an absolute disaster for the championship leader.
Wehrlein, though, is dropped out of the points. He's now down in 12th, so Wehrlein's not going to be able to pick up anything out of this.
None of the championship contenders making inroads on Nick Cassidy. He might get away with it in a certain aspect, but Da Costa, someone who's won 2 of the last 3 races, he's on for another victory.
António Félix da Costa having a quite fantastic resurgence to form. Evans is going to come through these final few sweeping corners. He knows, though, that it's he's got that penalty, 5 seconds to serve, and António Félix da Costa, though he will finish second on the road as we come out of the final corner, it'll be Evans who takes the checkered flag first, but it is António Félix da Costa who comes across the line to take yet another victory. It's Da Costa versus Freins as we come to the timing line. António Félix da Costa driving for his 3rd win in succession. Robin Freins driving for his 1st win of the season. Down the start-finish straight we go into turn 1. No way through for Freins here for now, but he's very, very close onto the back of the Porsche.
Yeah, this is good acceleration coming out, so this is the area where Robin Freins needs to try and attack, because António Félix da Costa will try to conserve as much energy so he can use everything down the back straight, which is the last area that Freins will have an opportunity to overtake.
Yeah, it needs to be now or never. The next few corners setting up into the entry of turn 10 for Robin Freins, but he wants to take the victory here.
Well, this is absolutely fantastic. I was shaking in the England game this morning. I am shaking now on the final lap of racing here in Portland. It is Da Costa versus Freins for the victory as they come down this back straight. Da Costa's had a fantastic exit out of turn 7. Freins, unless he has a late dive bomb to the inside, is not going to be close enough to make a move. He needs to hope for a mistake for António Félix da Costa through turns 10 and 11. Freins is right on his rear wing as we come through into turn 12. It's going to be a drag to the